Last time we left off, the Hands of Unity, while in the Kingdom of Rasa, had just finished fighting back some insane Warforge after being given a mission by the Black Order to establish friendly relations with the Rasa Kingdom and the Black Order. The group were quickly brought to the kingdom by Rasa herself, the Queen of the Kingdom. While at the kingdom, the capital was attacked by some insane Warforge, and after assisting with the defense, the group were brought back to the Queen, who gave them a new quest. During their time to gather supplies before their venture out on the road, the group found themselves in a store that had a dead owner, and after some quick investigation and a little looting, the group set off the alarm, causing the group to flee. The group was shortly confronted by inquisitors who surrounded them, and with Mace being very suspicious of them, a fight broke out, but was quickly ended by Lady Brimwood, the first lady of the Brimwood house, and Mace's superior, basically. After a bit of scolding from her, the group were able to leave relatively safely and headed straight to Melusine's house. There, the group went straight to bed, and during that night, a recently freed Valerian invaded the dream of Melusine and her dragon spirit, and confronted Melodia, excuse me, and ended with a mixed emotion between everyone involved. The rest of the night, not much happened, so morning came with Melusine making breakfast for the new guests of her house. And after breakfast, with a concern of the group still being watched by the Inquisitors, the group decided to get some new clothes, stopping at a store called Louis. And after getting dressed by the eccentric tailor, the group departed and headed to what the Rasa Kingdom called a bus to head to Widowheart for their journey to Thurrell, which is involved with the quest that they were given. While waiting in line, out of nowhere, Romeo's hand was suddenly grabbed by an unknown little tiefling girl. The girl alluded to being kidnapped by some strange knight, and the group ultimately decided to take the little girl and bring her home to Widowheart, since that's where the group was going anyways. They quickly got their tickets and departed on the bus. But they also found that the bus is filled with not only civilians, but knights from different houses as well. And there we will resume. So as the bus begins departing out of the city and hitting on the main road, I'll bring everyone over. This is what y'all see. So y'all currently see the bus is currently filled with people, and y'all have been asked to please take a seat. So I'll let y'all go around and seat y'all selves.
The guy who was from the same house that the girl said kidnapped her. Which
Uh,
one is he?
he will be all the way in the back, like all the way
Okay.
in the back right corner, essentially.
Okay, I'm gonna sit in the front left corner.
Okay.
Wait, so
I'll
this guy right
sit.
here?
Oh,
Right here, Sam, back left. The back right, but there's two people there. The back left one, the one that's alone.
Yeah, the one that's alone. It's the knight that's in all black. And Mace would identify that particular knight on their insignia as belonging to the House of Gildridge, one of the three top houses of the kingdom.
Let's just gonna walk right up.
Okay.
Back there. And look, I'm like,
Okay.
mind if I sit here?
As you walk on down, you see most of the tieflings and the other knights don't really take notice of you. There are a couple of knights as you pass by a set of knights who are wearing orange colored armor and a white cape, and there's the insignia of a orange tree. And they kind of just look over your way before looking away. And as you direct the question to the black armored knight, you see the figure turns their head towards you, and a feminine voice answers and goes, "Well, I don't see why not."
Thanks. And I'll take a sit. See, remind me, is this a, or I can't tell, is it human? Or not human, but you know what I mean. Not Robo Boy.
I'll say make me an investigation check or perception check. Mace, I'll just put you over here, and you can move him whenever you get on. Okay. As you take a seat and you begin looking the black armored knight up and down, off of 14, it's kind of hard for you to tell. Most of her body is covered head to toe and black armor and black cloth underneath on the armor. And all you just see is the red spider emblem on her cape and on her shoulder piece.
Okay.
And you see that the knight just gives you a nod before turning her attention, looking out the window again.
Business or pleasure?
And you see the knight turns and goes, "Private affair, I'm sorry to say."
Fair enough. I've been away for a minute. Remind me, I recognize that insignia, but it's drawn a blank. What house are you from? I've been away for a minute.
You see, you can kind of get the sense that she's purposely like moving her head up and down to like kind of signal you that she's giving you a once over, like not trying to be discreet at all. And you see, you hear her go, "I am a knight captain belonging to the Gildrich house."
Captain. Wow. It's an honor to meet someone distinguished.
Oh, please. It's nothing more than them just wanting me to fill out reports more than usual.
That's why I got all that bureaucratic nonsense.
Must be nice.
It has its perks.
And you see she outstretches her hand slowly for a handshake, and you hear her go, "Penelope, but people call me Pen."
Lucian. People tend to call me an asshole.
Well,
But you can call me Luck or Lucy, whatever you feel. I don't give a shit. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you, Lucy.
Alright. I walked into that one. That's my fault.
You're very. I know this is very private affair, and I do apologize. My etiquette when it comes to Warforges is a bit lacking, I will admit. So I do apologize if this comes across as rude. You just let me know. What's your make and model? You don't look like the typical Warforged that are walking around.
Well, if I could give you an answer to that question, I would. I don't really rightly know. I'm old. I'll give you that much.
Fair. Awakening can be rather jarring from what I've heard.
Yeah. Jarring. That's pretty apt.
And
Have
go ahead.
Have you ever have you ever heard a story about an individual named Cain?
You see, she kind of tilts her head at you, and somewhere deep inside you suddenly feel a heart beat begin to like beat, like ever so softly, and it feels like the air grows a bit staler. And you hear Penn go, only what I've heard from the news.
Yeah, he was something else.
Do you believe that he was your creator?
No, I don't necessarily believe anything. I don't really know. I don't put stock in unfounded beliefs much. Seen too much shit, but I'm doing some. I'm looking into things here and there in between jobs.
Hmm. Well,
Anyway,
if it's all the same to you, I hope you find your answers.
well, obviously you haven't told me what you're doing. That's fine. I respect that, but I hope you find whatever it is you're looking for as well.
Me as well. And it's at this time that overhead you see tiny speakers that are spaced evenly on the ceilings of this bus, and you hear a speaker begin to play out, and you hear breaking news: attack on the Capitol. We have gotten reports of multiple attacks throughout the capital of Rasa. The perpetrators are infected, non-awakened Warforged, who were spotted having some strange magical red energy emitting from them. These Warforged were sighted attacking anything that moves. Although the source isn't clear, there are theories of a virus possibly infecting NA Warforged and spreading to other NA Warforged. The Warforged are advised to stay clear of any Warforged emitting red magical energy. Statement from the head of the Inquisitors has this to say, and you then hear a somewhat robotic voice, but you do hear a twinge of like a twinge of a female voice behind it. That you hear the voice say, "If we see one of our own emitting red energy of any kind, they will be killed on sight by my Inquisitors. Too many have already died due to this. And the Inquisitors, by the grace of our Queen herself, will keep protecting this kingdom." And then you hear the speaker cuts out.
What a low shit.
Well, it is true that there was an attack that happened.
Oh, I know I was there, but I'd avoid the Inquisitors.
Hmm.
They're under the influence.
That's a very bold claim, Lucy.
Well, when you fight a otherwise not quite emotional, they speak in, usually pretty stoic thing and they're going on about murder and they blow a hole in the side of a young kid's head just on the preposition that he stole something, maybe, and then relish in the fact that they committed said murder, I think maybe it's pretty clear they're under that influence.
Hmm. Well, either way, Lucy, you gotta be careful on how much you talk about that, because if any Inquisitors hear you say that, you would be under suspicion, not them.
Oh, I'm aware.
Either way, it's a mess at the capital, and I've been dispatched to go look at a potential source, but who knows if it's gonna turn up anything.
What's the name of the place you're going to again? Widowheart?
We are going to Widowheart, but the town the destination you're trying to go to is Thurrell.
Okay. And that's where the temple thing is, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to try and find a source of this nonsense?
A potential source.
Look, I think we might be going the same place.
Oh?
Your house.
Mm-hmm.
Are they above board?
I need you to explain that a bit more.
You're a guard captain.
Knight Captain, let's be clear.
Sorry. Knight captain. You know, and you seem fairly inquisitive.
Hmm.
Do you think, or do you have suspicions that your house is up to anything?
All houses are always up to something. Brimwoods are suspected to be conducting horrible experiments regarding their enchanted wood. Rasa herself has been seen not leaving her secret laboratory for weeks. And of course, my house isn't any different. So, you're gonna have to be more specific if there's anything in particular you're trying to fish out of me.
One second.
Hmm.
And I'll do a quick glance around. Does it seem like anyone's paying us extra attention?
Make a perception check. Okay. As you're looking around and trying to trying to see if anybody's looking your way. For the commoners that are above you, like in front of you and to your left, they don't seem to be paying attention as far as you can tell. They seem to just be in their own conversation with each other, and you see one of them is even asleep. But you do take notice that you do see the two Brimwood knights, like diagonal from you. You see one of them looks behind and kind of looks in y'all's direction every now and then.
I look at him like I tap my head and I'm gonna cast a message to 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going out on a limb here. Because we're gonna need help, I have a feeling. We rerouted a young girl somewhere else. She was taken by people from your house.
Hmm.
And they tried to stop us. We sent her elsewhere. Now I find myself sitting on a bus that we were initially going to get on with her. With someone from that house. Do you have anything to do with this?
She'll reply, "You asking me to admit or tell you the truth that I have something to do with the possible kidnapping of a little girl?"
I like nod my head and shrug my shoulders.
You see, she kind of just shakes her head and then just turns away and looks out the window.
Shakes her head no, or just like a non-answer shaking, just kind of like a shaking of her head.
Not really sure. You can make an insight check just to tell, but
I will.
She seems to just be done with the conversation. Okay. Looking at it, it seems more of a disapproval, shaking her head. Like she's not confirming or denying any thing. She just kind of laughed at you think that she's gonna admit to something like that.
Well, I hope that you're not. You seem nice enough. But, and I'll kind of like kick back. He'll kind of kick back his feet
Mm-hmm.
and say, but if you are, I think it'll be fun to see how well we do against each other. Kind of laughs and he kind of like hold out his hand to shake hands.
She doesn't respond and just keeps looking out the window.
And I'm just gonna stay right there.
Okay.
And just keep an eye on everything.
Okay. While all that was going on, what about the rest of y'all?
I was just sitting there, silently.
Yeah, I probably have Isabel on my lap.
Okay.
She's still invisible though, right?
I think it lasts for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, she would still be invisible until you dispel it.
Okay. I'm just making sure nobody like notices that anything's weird.
Okay.
Can I pet that Akora?
You do what now, Otis?
I would like to pet Akora's mane and braid it and put it in little braids
Okay. While
while
he's
asleep.
while he's asleep.
Cute.
All right. And Mace, what about you?
It's gonna be just sitting there, waiting for the bus to be over.
Okay. And as all of y'all sit there, Romeo, make a perception check just to see if you think Isabel is getting noticed at all. Looking around, you're kind of looking at all the civilians who are around you, and they kind of just give you a nod, but look away. Don't seem to be paying attention. The tiefling that you sat next to, Romeo, that tiefling is currently just leaning against the window, just asleep. So not really paying attention to you at all. And as all this is going on, the train continues, or the bus, sorry. The bus continues, and it's about, I would say, an hour goes by of travel, as y'all are currently just waiting there, and Romeo, this would be the time that the invisibility would wear off. Would you want to cast it again, or do you want to just leave it?
Um, Let me see something real quick. Yeah, I'll cast it again.
Okay. And as you feel the spell is starting to go away, and you're seeing that she's starting to flicker in and out, you quickly cast invisibility once again, and she whoosh, disappears. And Mace, you be the one to notice that, and just so you are aware, the knight that's sitting across from you, Mace, the one in the silver and purple armor, those are knights that aren't affiliated with any house. Those are just standard, like, city knights, or knights that's directly tied to the kingdom itself. Like, they don't belong to a house, they just belong to the entire kingdoms. So, you see one of the knight kind of steps out of his seat and begins marching forward. And Romeo, as you're calmly just making sure that Isabel is okay, you hear some footsteps coming up, and then you look over and you see a tall 6'3" giant of a knight who has his arms crossed with wearing silver armor and is just kind of looking at you. And then you see somehow the knight seems to look directly at Isabel, even though she's invisible. And you hear in a masculine voice, you hear on the voice go, "Would you mind explaining the situation?"
The situation? What do you mean?
Dear sister, don't try to fool a knight of the kingdom. Now, are you going to dispel it, or do you want me?
She's in danger. She was kidnapped from Widowheart and brought into the capital, and I'm just trying to get her home. That's all.
Make a persuasion check. Okay. You see, the knight kind of just looks between you and the invisible Isabel. And you see just... Look, I gotta upheld on the rules. If this is actual kidnapping, me and my friends here as knights, we can protect the child.
So, you need me to dispel it?
Yes.
Okay. I'll do it.
Alright.
I'll drop concentration on it. But I'm still gonna kind of like put my cloak over her a little bit just so that nobody can like see her right away.
Okay. you dispel, but you quickly put your cloak around her, and as the spell evaporates and she becomes visible, you see the knight with his arms crossed is just looking directly at Isabel. And Isabel is kind of just now visible. You see her just looking at the knight back, and you see Isabel is like holding on to, kind of like the kind of like holding onto your leg, and you see she's just locking eyes with the knight, and you just hear Isabel go, "You're tall." And you see the knight just, "So I have been told, little one." And you see he kneels down and tries to be eye level with Isabel, but he's still freakishly tall, so it's kind of hard for him to do it. And kind of hunched down and goes, "So, little sister, is it true what our dear sister has said? You have been kidnapped, and she's taking you home. Is that true?" And you hear Isabel go, "Yeah, that's what they told me. They said they're taking me home." "And your home is in Widowheart, right?" "Mm-hmm." Okay. "Can I get your name?" "My name is Isabel." "Okay. Okay. What's your last name?" Do you not know your last name?" Mom said not to tell my last name, especially to strangers." And you see he goes, "That's peculiar." And then you see he looks over, he turns his attention back to you, Romeo, and goes, "Do you know her last name?"
I'm afraid I don't.
"You didn't ask?"
I didn't think to. She just came up to us at the station right before we were leaving.
And you see, you can kind of tell that the large knight is looking between both of y'all, and then finally stands up tall and goes, "Carry on. But do be sure to pay for her ticket when you get to the bus station."
Of course.
"Very good, dear sister." And you see he turns around and begins marching back. And you see Mace, you can spot him turning his attention over to Otis, who is like braiding Akora's mane. And you see he kind of tilts his head before shaking it. And you can hear him mutter just, "God damn humans." And sits back down and kind of glances over to you, Mace, and just kind of just shakes his head at you before turning his attention back to the front. As the travel continues, the hours go by. Is there anything anybody wants to do before we skip more time?
If Akora is still asleep, now I'm gonna take out my painter supplies and I'm gonna paint him.
What?
Akor, are you still asleep?
Yeah.
All right.
Once I'm asleep, I'm asleep.
So, well, you're passed out, leaning against the window. Otis, you begin painting Akor, and now you're getting some looks from the other tieflings around who are kind of just glancing your way, very, very confused on what's going on. and just kind of looking at you quizzically, like, what the hell is this human doing?
And
Yeah.
just give them all like a very like a slight shrug and smile, and just kind of go back to it.
They all just kind of shrug their shoulders before going back to their own conversation. And as the bus keeps on going, you see one of the attendants popped up, comes from the front door all the way at the front of the cabinet. And you see the attendant comes in and goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking our bus service. We appreciate your patronage, and we hope that you will enjoy the trip. We are currently still roughly about 6 day travels. It is going to be coming closer to nighttime now. We will be serving dinner. It's a complimentary dinner that you all will enjoy the first night. After tonight, though, any type of food that we serve, they will be charged. So I hope everybody enjoys their time and enjoy dinner provided by our service." And she takes a step to the side as the door opens once again, and you see Warforges are walking in, pushing like trays and trays of gorgeous looking food. I'm talking about like ham, turkey, eggs, fried chicken. You even see a plate of spaghetti. You even see a whole bunch of different dishes on green plates, and with a card on them that says veggie section. And you're seeing different kinds of fish on some trays as they're getting pulled down the aisle. And you see they begin going to each aisle, starting with you, Romeo, and go, "What would you like?"
Well, Isabel, what do you like?
You see she currently just staring at the chicken.
You want chicken?
You see Isabel kind of just jolts up when you say that and looks at you before looking back at the chicken, then goes, "No, I'm okay." Man, kind of just wilts into you a bit.
We'll take chicken. Thank you.
You can feel her kind of just get a little giddy. A plate of fried chicken gets presented towards you, and a little kind of like seat table that can be placed on your lap, so it acts like a little tiny table that they set in front, like on you, and put down the plates of food along with utensils. And you see that they begin giving, going to each tiefling, giving different orders, and they get to Otis and Akora, and you see the attendant looks at you, Otis, and kind of twitches a little bit before giving you a, you can tell it's a very forced smile, and goes, "And what would you like, sir?"
Uh, um,
Why is she so loud?
whatever you recommend. I don't want it to be a burden.
As you say. And you, my good sir, and looks over at you, Akora.
I'm just gonna pick whichever meat she feels like giving me.
Huh? So, gives Akora like a couple plates of different kinds of meat, like ham, turkey, beef, and sets them down for Akora with forks and knives. And for Otis, you get the table placed on your lap, and you get a little tiny bowl that has a couple of spinach in there.
Okay.
You have a good trip, sir. And keeps on going down the line, then goes over to you, Mace, and looks at you and goes, Sir Knight, what would you be having?
There's water.
As you say, sir. And gives you just a simple glass of water and proceeds down the road. Now reaching Melusine and looks at you, Melusine, and goes, "Oh, I love your wings. They are gorgeous."
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Pardon me. What would you like?
Uh, whatever's easiest is fine. I'm not picky.
Of course, if that's what you want. And places the table on your lap and begins serving you kind of like a combination. There's like a small plate of different assortment of meat. There's a small plates of like different kinds of vegetables and fruits. And there's like a little small plate of what seems to be just simple porridge, and that's been poured in. And he gives you utensils and sets them out and gives you a glass of wine for you and goes, "I hope you enjoy the food."
Thank you so much.
Of course. Proceeds to keep on going down and eventually reaching you, Lucian. And you hear her go, "And what would you like, sir?"
And I sit there for a second. And I realize, oh, are you talking to me?
"Yes, sir."
I kind of just like gesture to myself. I don't eat.
Right. Quite right, sir. I should have clarified. Here, we have served war forges in the past, and we want to make sure that they also feel included with our service, because we strive to be the best service there is around. So here, we devised by, with the help of the House of Gildridge, we have made these. And you see that she brings out three separate, it looks like little cartons. And you see that they are white cartons with black text on them. And some of them are just saying different flavors. You see one that says strawberry, one that says blueberry, and one that says banana. And you see she kind of holds them out, like presenting them, and goes, "These are made with it to keep in mind war forage. Yes, we are aware that you are not required to eat, but these will feel, I guess you could say, help, as you say, help your circulations through all of your joints. Helps keep them maintained."
See. Well, thank you. Mm. You said what were they again? Like, do they actually taste like something to people like me?
From all the tests that we have done, yes, they should taste like their individual flavors. Strawberry, blueberry, and banana.
Wow. I, I'll do strawberry if you don't mind.
Very good, sir. And proceeds to push the carton that just simply says strawberry. It looks to be a very, very like basic looking carton. Like think of like school milk cartons, like those small little tiny cartons. Think of that, but it's very, very basic. There's no like design on it. It just simply says strawberry.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of hands it to you, and even opens it for you, and provides a little small straw, and goes, "Here you go, sir. I hope you enjoy your our service." And you, Lady Knight, and you see Penn kind of just looks over and goes, I should be good. You can go away." And you see the attendant just goes, "As you say, Lady Knight," and proceeds to turn around and leave.
Mm.
And you pick up the carton and do you give it a try?
Yeah.
You pick up the carton and you cautiously take a couple sips, and you notice that the liquid that comes out of the straw, it looks like a it has a color of oil. Like, it doesn't look like any kind of water or any kind of fruits juices or mixtures, anything like that. It looks like oil, and as you drink it, you feel the liquid enters your mechanical body and begins to go throughout your entire body, like throughout your entire circular system. And in a weird way, you also, like, a flash of memory of like nostalgia hits you as you can clearly taste a little bit of strawberry. It's not strong, like it doesn't fully taste like strawberry. Like, you can feel like some other type of ingredient in there.
Like flavored water.
Yeah, pretty much like that. And you feel as the liquid goes through your entire circulation, like your entire body, you do feel that some of the old aches and the some of the old squeaks, like tiny squeaks here and there, they do seem to recover.
Wow. I'll be damned.
And you'll hear Pen as she's looking out the window. You hear her go, "I know, technology is amazing nowadays."
Yeah. He's a little shaken. Sorry, I need a minute.
Most Warforged do. First time they take a sip.
Right.
As time progresses, and all y'all enjoy your food, and you can tell nighttime is approaching, judging by those who have window seats or those who can see outside the window. You see that it is getting darker, so you know that it is getting closer to nighttime. You see the attendant steps up at the front and goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, do be assured that the bus will keep on going 24 hours straight until we reach our destination. It is currently nighttime right now. It is around 9 p.m. If you would wish, you can go ahead and get comfy and get some sleep. It's up to you. I highly recommend getting some shut-eye because we still got a couple more days of travel. So I hope you all enjoy." And you see she turned around and goes out the front door. And y'all already see many of the other tieflings are kind of getting settled in, and some even brought out blankets that they wrap around their bodies and begin resting in the seats. And you see a lot of them are starting to doze off. And I'm assuming the rest of y'all are gonna doze off as well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Absolutely more sleep.
All right. Then, as everyone begins to get settled in, Romeo, you see Isabel instantly just lets out a tiny little yawn before seemingly instinctually just kind of cuddle up with you and like curls up into a ball in your lap while leaning against your chest and just kind of snuggle up with you before it's dozing off. And one by one, you all doze off, with Lucian being in standby mode.
Indeed.
Mhm. As the night continues and you all drift off into sleep. And just to be clear, no one's taking watch. All y'all just sleeping throughout the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Well, now I'm
I
nervous.
I
We're all
just,
sitting
I just
on
paid.
this-
I just want to be sure.
I'm
Also,
still being
no.
attentive.
No, yeah, I got you. You are in standby mode, so you're kind of perpetually always on watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am going to fall asleep, and as I do, I will be finding Akora's hand to hold it tight, just for the security.
You're gonna end up with my arm wrapped around you and just pulling you on me.
Hooray!
Unbuddy.
People are worried about the Nazelia and Otis stealing her man, but Nazelia is all for it. Nazelia can handle two. Anyways,
Oh my god.
anyways, as the night hits everyone and everyone dozes off to sleep in their own way, Lucian, you're in standby mode. About a couple hours and Lucian, you would be the first one to notice since you sat next to this particular individual. You do see that the black armor Gildred Knight Captain has stood up and begins walking around. And you see she's starting to make her way to the front.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you want to do?
I'll wake up, like, come out of standby mode, and, for lack of a better description, be in standby, just in case she does anything.
Okay. Man, you keep an eye on her as she keeps on moving forward. And you see she stops and taps one of the knights to her left on the shoulder. And the knight immediately jolts up and looks over. And you can see Pent leaning over. And you can definitely tell that they're communicating with each other. But you're a bit too far to hear what they say.
One second, I want to double check something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna have to look at it on here because it's gonna be easier.
Hmm.
There it is. Sorry, 40,000 things in my sheet.
No, you're good.
Let's go over. Now, because of my increased senses, could I potentially hear that then? I know I get advantage.
Which feature will we be looking at?
The heightened senses.
If I remember correctly, I believe that's regarding smell.
And hearing.
And hearing, okay. Okay, yeah, I couldn't tell if it was just smell. Okay, then I'll give you a chance. Roll me a perception check. Would that give you advantage for the heightened senses?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, roll it again then. Alright.
9/11.
never forget. You focus in and you try to focus your senses on the conversation, but there's just too much noise that are in between you and the knight's conversation. It's hard for you to make out anything.
If that's since I can't tell it. Oop, I muted my mic and realized it. That's funny. If that's the case, I'm gonna shoot a message to Romeo. And say, Romeo, wake up. I have a problem. Just be ready.
Do I hear it if I'm asleep?
Yeah, it
Comes
pops.
in your head.
It pops in your head. So, in your dream and your dreamlike state, as you're just sleeping, you then just hear like the voice of Lucian. His ever so oddly attractive voice just comes in your head, and just warns you to wake up. And you kind of jolt a little bit awake as you slowly open your eyes.
I'm just gonna like look around, see what he was talking about.
Okay. As you're looking around, you look back and you see the black armored knight that you clocked at the very very beginning. You see that now that knight is like halfway towards you and seems to be speaking to the knight that you were talking to. And you are closer, so I will give you a chance to roll a perception check to see if you can hear the conversation. 16, not bad. Okay. You can't hear the full conversation, but you hear bits and pieces. You hear... Let me see. You hear the word source. You hear the word orb. And you hear the word temple. That's what mostly you can hear. Because they're talking in very, very hushed whispers.
I'm just gonna hide Isabel as best as I can with my cloak and try not to wake her up.
Okay. As you fix the cloak and try to cover up Isabel. Keep it kind of like give side eye to the black armored knight. And after what seems to be like 5 or so minutes, you see that the black armored knight, Lucian, you take notice of this too. Black armored knight kind of just pats the silver knight's shoulder before turning around and walking back to her seat. And kind of steps around you, Lucian, before sitting back down and kind of just crossing her arms, leaning back, and presumably going to sleep.
Alright. Yeah, I won't say anything. I'll make it seem like I'm still kind of out. I'll go back to standby mode.
Okay. You go back to standby mode. Romeo, you just saw the black armored knight just walk back to her seat all the way in the back row.
Yeah, I'll stay awake for like a little bit longer, just until I feel like she's not gonna come back.
Okay. And keep your eyes peeled. And I'll say, make me another perception check. 16 again. Okay. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. And you're just trying to keep an eye out just to see. Okay. Just try to keep your eyes out. It's very soft, but you hear what sounds like something sharp is tapping against the metal floor, like it.
Uh, do I have any idea of what it is?
It's tough for you to say. All you hear just a sound. It sounds like something sharp is tapping against the metal. And you try to take a look around, just trying to locate it, but can't quite figure out where the noise is coming from. It's not continuous. Like there are moments where it stops before continuing.
Okay. I'm just gonna stay awake until it stops for like a while. Just see if I can like figure it out or something.
I don't notice that.
No, you'd be too far away. And there is, as you try to focus in on the tapping noise, Romeo, it does sound like it's going further away. Like the sound is seemingly going near the back of the bus. And Lucian, I'll have you. What's your passive perception?
Excellent question.
I don't know. I don't know if they'll have this on here. They're very finicky with
Yeah,
that.
I don't think it does. So, but I have it up on the side. 16.
16. Okay, then, Lucian, as you're in standby mode, your senses pick up the same tapping noise, seemingly coming towards your direction. It still seems a little bit farther away, like a couple rows down, but it seems to be coming in your direction.
Oh dear. And I don't. It's like sourceless. Like I can't see anything. Anybody?
You try to look around, but can't quite make out what that noise could be. Like it sounds very, very small. Like it doesn't sound like somebody's footsteps. It just sounds like something sharp is tapping against the metal floor.
Hmm. Well. Um. Yeah, and I can't. It sounds like it's in front of me. It's just like reverberating.
It doesn't sound like it's directly in front of you. It's like coming from the direction of the front of the train. And it sounds like it's coming towards you. Like the sound's getting a bit louder and louder. But it's not like exactly close to you. Like it's not within like I would say 10 or 15 feet of you.
Um. Okay. Well, that's horrifying. Uh. Yeah, I will come out of standby mode and be at the ready just in case things about to pop off.
Yeah, you come out of standby mode and you get your weaponry ready just in case as you're just trying to look around, look down, and as you're all looking down, it seems to have gotten to a point where the lights begin turning off one by one. And with the lights off, you're now in perpetual darkness, since for some reason Warforged don't have dark visions. but you still hear the. Every now and then it will stop before.
Um. I'm gonna shoot a message up to. It sounds pretty. Does it sound close to me now?
By this
Like in the back.
by this point, I'll say, roll me a perception check to see if you can tell how close it is.
And it's hearing, so I get advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Let's see.
It didn't roll.
It did not roll.
Yeah, I haven't been seeing everybody else's rolls. Hold on, I'm about to rejoin.
Oh, that's not
I
good.
thought it was just something weird where I couldn't see anybody else's rolls, but mine were working. But now mine aren't working.
Weird. Yeah, go ahead and refresh.
I
Oh,
already tried that. I'm gonna just leave and rejoin.
but Romeo, you would hear that the tapping noise on your end seems to be going further and further away, seemingly going to the back of the now darkened train or bus.
Okay, now I see the last few rolls. Perception advantage.
Okay. You can tell as you're focusing in on it. You can tell that the sound is roughly about 30 feet in front of you. As you hear that
Oh,
until silence. And you wait to see if it starts again. Don't hear anything anymore.
all right. I'm stressed. Um. I'm gonna shoot a message to
Mm-hmm.
to the closest person, which
Which would
would have
be
been Mel, I
okay.
think,
All right. You
and say,
shoot a message over to her.
There's something weird happening and I can't see shit. Can you see anything?
Mel, you open your eyes to the sound of Lucian's voice, and you take notice that it's now dark, so your dark vision kicks in, so you're able to see around you. What do you do?
I'm going to look around before I answer,
Okay.
so that I can give an answer if I see anything or hear anything weird.
Okay. You begin looking around. Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
Tough for you to tell. You're
Yep.
looking around, and you're trying to spot whatever Lucian is might be referring to, and you're looking around, you look at the ceiling, kind of look at the floor. Stuff for you to make out anything. You don't really see anything out of the ordinary.
Before I answer, can I see if I see anybody, like, actively awake? Besides, myself?
With a perception of 4, it's tough for you to tell.
Okay.
Because that would have been along with you looking around. So,
Okay.
yeah, with the perception of 4, it's hard for you to tell if people are sleeping, people are just staying still. It's tough for you to tell.
I'm really not seeing anything right now. I'll get back to you if anything changes.
Is the sorry, night captain next to me still?
Yeah. Still sitting next to you, seemingly leaning back, not moving.
Ah, um,
She turned into a spider just going around.
I think I'm gonna stand up and just start taking a few steps forward.
Okay. You take a stand up, take a step forward, and you immediately hit the bench in front of you since you can't really see in the dark.
All right, fair.
But I'll just say you kind of just bump into it just for a moment. You're like, right, need to. Okay.
Yeah.
So you take a step forward. Where are you going?
I'm just gonna take a few steps down into the aisle, kind of
Okay. So I'm
see
gonna
if I
move
bump
your
into anybody straight up.
move your character a bit. How many rows, I'll say, do you go down?
3. Like, I think that was about how many to Mel's row.
Yeah.
I'm going off memory because I also now cannot see. I'm
Hmm.
very much in character.
Yep.
When he's right next to Mel, she'd put a hand out and whisper, "It's me."
Fucking Christ. Sorry. Wait, that's not Anastasia. Good fucking God. God damn it. I don't like it here. Uh, yeah, so then, was there somebody in this row with Mel?
Yes, there'll be one person next to Mel.
Okay. And are they awake? Are we just bothering them? Sorry.
It's pitch black for you, so you can't tell if they're awake or not. But you just see their form, and they seem to be sleeping.
Right. I just heard a bunch of tapping. And it came right up to me, the lights turned off, and then that was it. Alright. Alright, well, I go back to my seat, I guess. I don't think everything seems alright.
Okay. I'm also gonna stay awake now just in case something happens, cause I can see in the dark. So, if I hear or see anything, I don't really have message or anything, but I could do like a whistle or something to let you know that something I see,
Well,
or like three taps loud enough that hopefully you hear it. I don't really want to bug anybody else.
let's just put it like this. If we're hearing something and it seems like it's dangerous like that, it's probably best that everybody is bugged sufficiently.
Oh, okay, I'll just say your name if I see or hear anything.
Perfect. Do I... Can I, using my, Hunter's Bane, can I kind of try to recall if there's any, like, Fey, Fiend, or Undead that do shit like this?
Mm. Hmm. Make me an intelligence check with advantage.
Where's it?
Okay. Focusing in, there's not much that you can go off of. All you can go off of is a noise. And it just sounds like something sharp going against the metal floor. That's the only thing you can go off of since you can't really see anything, especially now. So it's tough for you to narrow it down to any particular fey, fiend, or undead.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I'll just go back to my seat.
Okay. You start making your way back to your seat. And then you freeze because you hear. And it sounds like it's going away now.
Like, away from me, but in the direction I'm going, or towards the front?
Towards the front.
What the fuck? I'll immediately as I heard it start walking away. I'll shoot a message up towards Romeo.
Mm-hmm.
Quick, do you hear that? Do you see anything?
Romeo,
Do I?
make me a perception check.
Oh god.
Oh dear.
I'm not.
Nah, don't hear shit.
I don't hear anything. Are you
Right.
okay? I mean, I heard it earlier, but maybe it's.
I mean, I thought it was something going wrong with me, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just losing it. And now I will definitely just go back to my seat.
Okay. You stumble your way back to your seat. And kind of feel your way onto the seat before turning around and sitting down and kind of lean back. Now adrenaline's going through your metallic body and you're just kind of wired a little bit over the. You can still hear it, the tick, 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 and then stops before it continues. And after you're kind of focusing in, you hear it is going further and further away from you. And then it goes silent. And for a good couple, like 5 minutes, it still remains silent. So, you go to standby mode, or what are you going to do?
Yeah, because I can't really just chase this thing around in the dark.
Okay. So, go into standby mode, just keeping a very, very watchful eye. Mel, what about you? You're currently still up right now. What do you do?
Mel is scared and going to stay awake
Okay.
and just keep looking around and listening and being paranoid as hell.
Okay. Romeo, what about you? Same thing?
Yup.
All right. As the minutes kind of pass, you know, both are trying to focus in on any kind of tapping noise, but you don't hear anything. As the minutes turn to hours, still don't hear any noise. Now, y'all can remain up if y'all so choose, but just know if you do remain up, this won't count as a long rest for y'all. So it's y'all's call whether y'all want to go back to sleep or remain awake. Good decisions, good decisions. Oh, I'm mainly directing these questions to Romeo and Mel.
Yeah, I'd stay awake probably.
Is there any negatives to staying awake?
Since y'all didn't really take a long rest, and by this point it doesn't really qualify it as a short rest, since y'all were kind of woken up, y'all would take 1 level of exhaustion, which is, as I look at my stuff again,
Disadvantage on ability checks.
I believe that is, yeah, on you take 1 level of exhaustion, which you have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Mel got woken up and is now paranoid. I don't think she'd be able to go back to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Then y'all take 1 level. What was that? Y'all take 1 level of exhaustion. Boop. Just so I can keep track of it. And boop. Yep, so y'all will have disadvantage on all ability checks. As y'all nervously and paranoidly just look around. Paranoidly, it's a word, I think. Y'all keep looking around. Keep your ears open. As the hours go by, everyone still remains asleep. And seemingly, the sun begins coming up, and sunlight is shining through the windows as the lights begin turning back on in the cabinet. And as the light comes back on, and y'all are Mel and Romeo, y'all a bit just kind of jolt a little bit at the sight of suddenly the lights flashing on, and it takes y'all a second to adjust, but y'all like, okay, cool. Y'all feel the weight of the exhaustion, and as one by one you hear the noises of people just groggily opening their eyes and just starting to shuffle about. Mel, you hear the familiar voice in your head, and you hear Mel?
Yes?
L- look right next to you.
Mel's gonna look right next to her.
You turn to your right to the tiefling that was laying, that was sleeping next to you. And as you're focusing in, you see this tiefling, his throat got torn out. And this tiefling is, in fact, no longer breathing and dead.
Mel is going to scream, Lucian!
Immediately at the scream, you see multiple civilians just pop up, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And immediately, all the knights immediately draw their weapons and stand up as they're looking around. What do y'all do at the sound of Mel screaming for Lucian?
I get up in a panic.
Yeah.
Okay, so go check out what's going on.
Yeah, Lucian he was ready for anything. Immediately runs over.
Okay. Nearly make a beeline towards it. Otis, what about you?
Find it.
I'm just gonna remain in my seat for now and just kind of like just watch from where I am. I'm being very careful, just in case.
Okay.
I'm just gonna turn around in the seat and just look back because I don't want to really get involved with this.
Okay. Romeo, you're chilling up front?
Yeah, I'm staying with Isabel.
Okay.
But I'm looking
Mhm.
at the back.
Oh, trust me, y'all aren't the only ones. Everyone's like eyes is focused on Mel, who screamed, and then they look over. And Lucy and Mace, y'all take a notice of this: that the tiefling next to Mel, it clearly looks like their throat has been ripped out, and they are no longer breathing.
You told me if something. Yeah, that.
Like,
Well, damn. And you didn't hear anything?
I didn't know. I noticed it when the lights came on.
mm,
Oh.
And,
Or I was just gonna turn into a scene and just go, can we ever go anywhere without somebody fucking dying?
No. I turn on the guards that are approaching. Did any of you hear that weird clinking last night? That something was in here moving around.
you see all the knights are currently just observing the entire situation, and all of them kind of just look at each other, and then look at Mel, and you see the knight that's closest to Mel, this one to be exact, the one in the silver and purple caped, silver armor and purple cape, starts to put their hand on Mel's shoulder, and you hear the knights begin to say, "Since you're right next to him, you're gonna have to be under arrest just to get a statement." And before he can continue, you hear Lucy, and you hear Penn steps forward and kind of bats his hand away and goes, "You idiot. Look at this woman. Do you see any blood at all on her?" And you see the knight goes, "Well, she could have gotten rid of it. Like, without us noticing. It's a shock that even somebody died on this train without us noticing." "What's your rank?" And you see the knight just straightens up and goes, "I am a knight." And going, "Right. Penelope, knight captain of House Gildridge. Is there any other captains or commanders on this bus?" And you see all the knights just kind of remain quiet. And you hear Penelope go, "Very well. Then, as acting knight captain with the higher authority, I'm in command for at least this bus ride. Lucy, you said you heard some clicking noise last night?" "Did you not?"
Oops, I muted again, didn't I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a couple of us did. I got up to try and find it, but I couldn't find anything. It seemed like it ran away from me, and I can't see shit in the dark. They didn't I kind of tapped near my eyes. It didn't give me the ability to see in the dark, so.
And you decided to not wake me up to inform because?
Not to air our business, but you kind of gave me the cold shoulder after we last spoke, and didn't answer my last question, so forgive me if I didn't 100% know this wasn't you.
Hmm.
At the time. I'm maybe 80% certain it isn't now.
And they're cautious, I respect that. But always remember that we knights have a duty to protect our brothers and sisters at all times. Whether you trust me or not, you should have at least informed me, at least woken me up to confirm your suspicions. But what's done is done. So I won't hold it against you that you are a cautious individual. I can respect that even. Now, you, and you see Penelope turns her attention to Mel and goes, "What is your name?"
You can call me Mel.
All right, Mel. Did Lucy here woke you up in the middle of the night and informed you about the tapping noise? And did you hear said noise?
Like, he did wake me up. I didn't hear the noise, um, but I got scared and I stayed up the rest of the night. But I didn't hear anybody come and bother this poor person. I didn't even realize he was dead until the lights came on, and I can see in the dark.
Right now, Lucy, you're the only one that heard the noise. So, and you see, she kind of projects her voice and goes, "Can anybody confirm the noises of what was the noise?"
It's like someone took a dagger or a blade and was tapping it on the metal floor, but it like fast. Like if you think of someone or something small moving along. Huh.
Like skittering.
I'm. Excuse me. I'm gonna walk right up to the front.
As you
So move out of your way.
as you begin moving the knights, try getting around them. They immediately kind of look at Penelope, and Penelope just kind of waves them off as they immediately follow after you, Lucian.
I'm going up to Romeo and Isabel.
Okay. Go over to Romeo and Isabel. Romeo, you watch this whole entire thing, and you just see Lucian coming up towards you.
And I see them both sitting there.
You see Romeo sitting there with a cloak wrapped around her.
Romeo, where's Isabel?
She's underneath the cloak. I don't want that woman to see her.
I think we can trust her.
Okay.
Move the cloak, please.
I'll open up the cloak.
Okay. You open up the cloak, and you see Isabel still laying on you, kind of just cuddled up into your chest with her face just kind of pressed into you.
What is? What are you? I'm confused.
I'm gonna. God, this is a weird sentence to say.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna smell. Smell the child.
All right.
Does it smell like Fae Fiend or undead? Have for my hunter's bane. No. Yeah, I have advantage on intelligence checks for confirmation about them. So similar sense. Anything that I've encountered.
Make me a intelligence check. Okay. To answer your question, yes. You do, it does strike you about this, but you only detect a fiend coming from Isabel.
Mm. And I can't remember. Does tieflings don't count as fiends, right?
Tiefling would technically count as fiends.
Son of...
No, I literally had to. I literally had to look it up just to double check. But yes,
Yeah.
tieflings do count as fiends. You see Isabel starts squirming around and kind of lifts up her head and looks up at you, Romeo, and you hear her go, "What's going on?" And then you see she looks over as uh, Penelope steps forward in her Gildred armor, and you see Isabella immediately just cowers away and cuddles up, just clings closer on Romeo. And as she's doing this, clutching on against her, Romeo, Lucien, and Penelope does notice this as well. You see, as she's like questioning what's going on and begin cowering in fear, there is a drop of blood on Isabel's mouth.
Hey, Isabel.
Hmm?
I got you something.
Yeah?
Yeah, come here.
And kind of just clutches tighter onto Romeo.
That's fine.
And Isabel looks up and looks at you, Romeo.
It's okay. I promise.
Slowly releases Romeo and gets off. And kind of just nervously shooting Penelope a couple of glances before shuffling over to you, Lucien.
And I'm gonna have this kind of. I'm gonna say I'm like, everyone else just stand back a minute. I'm gonna step over here and have her kind of come up to the front with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna lean down, whisper in her ear. I'm gonna say, "Now, Isabel,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to be honest with me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you and your family special in some way?"
Yes.
Does the specialty involve the nighttime?
No. Well, sometimes.
And you feel mighty hungry often?
Sometimes. I am getting hungry now, though. Are we gonna have breakfast?
Hmm. He's gonna draw a sword.
You draw your sword, and immediately the other knights are seem to hold up their swords even tighter. But Penelope is still standing in front and just kind of has her hand up, like kind of holding them a moment. And Isabel looks at the sword and kind of takes a step back and goes,
He's
I'm
kind of
gonna-
hesitating a little bit.
I'm gonna go
But-
up. Just stand next to Isabel. Lucien, what are you doing? This is ridiculous.
Do you see the blood on her mouth?
That could be from anything. Could be hers.
You're right, it could be. But,
Small clinking on the metal in the night. A random child we picked up running away from Knights of a House who I just met one who seems pretty honest. And I haven't quite told you everything that I do. But things like what I believe she may be, I've killed more than I can count. Although, he kind of looks down for a second. Children are hard. Now, she just might not be able to control it. But if that's the case, she still just killed an innocent person.
If
And my code is clear.
if that is the case, and I'd suggest you be very sure before you make any sort of rash decisions.
Anyone else got a way to be sure to test for lycanthropy or anything of the like? Anyone?
You see Penelope steps forward and looks at you, Lucy, and goes, "Are you claiming the little tiefling sister has contracted lycanthropy?"
Well, that's one of many different possibilities I'm considering.
Would Akora be able to? Are there any distinguishing like things about werewolves that we might know from our, or I guess, Akora, since he's the only one that's encountered the werewolves at this point.
The original OG, the only one left.
Yeah.
Well,
Compared to
I think technically everyone has, because when we came back with Romeo, they were doing some shit, and we kind of met some of them. But the only
Lucian
one
wasn't-
left in earnest.
No.
Not Lucian, no. I'm talking about everyone else. Well, Lucian's familiar, but that's his line.
Or shouldn't be Mace because he
yeah,
doesn't
Mace.
know about werewolves.
Yeah, Mace and Mel will be the only ones that are kind of out of the loop, per se. I'll say it's tough for you, Akor, because you haven't. The only time you ever really you recall spending time with are the Pharaohs when you were like an acting bodyguard around them. But even then, during that time, they seemed pretty normal, like to you. So you weren't really around them too much or too long to kind of identify any like signs of lycanthropy, other than the obvious sign.
Is it okay? Would I know if they're affected by silver?
Mm-hmm.
If that's okay. I don't have anything silver on me, so
Do you have silver coins?
I have a lot of those. I don't know if that would affect them in her human form, though.
I think it's like a weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
that's. Alright, so no one else said it. Okay. So, Lucian would say, alright. That's the case then. Isabel, I need you to give me your hand. It's alright.
Isabella
We
just
have to figure out.
Isabella's hiding behind Romeo's legs and just refusing to move.
Exactly are you planning on doing?
This blade is silver. One small nick, and we'll know. And if I'm wrong, then, you know, I owe her a couple treats when we get to where we're going.
Yeah.
We have to be sure. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said before that. You said she's a what?
Oh, I was not saying like a full sentence. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay. I've been getting everyone cutting out here and there, so.
Fine. But if you're wrong about this, I don't even know.
If I'm wrong, then. Remember when I said I was an asshole? Not like you didn't get warning. Alright. Isabel's gonna hurt a little bit.
Just
But we.
staying behind Romeo.
You could be very sick. And.
We just want to make sure you're all right.
Yeah. We don't know a way to approach the situation.
It's going to hurt a little bit, but I promise I'll fix it right after, okay? I promise. And I'll hold out my pinky.
You promised it was safe with him, and he pulled out a pointy weapon at me.
He doesn't want to hurt you. Don't worry, I know it's scary.
Romeo, make a persuasion check.
Oh boy, disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a that one.
Now, what? 11?
I have a plus 11.
So it is. It's still a natural 1.
Oh god.
Oh, that's fun.
Isabel releases you, Romeo, and takes a step back and then shakes her head and go, No! No! No, no, no! You're just like those knights. You're gonna hurt me again. You're just like them. No, no, no. And you see she looks at Penelope, and Penelope kind of just tilts her head at Isabel. Isabel goes, That's why she's here, isn't it? Y'all gonna take me back. No, no, no. And she's reaching for the door and is beginning like banging against the door. And I'm, no, 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 no. And starting to like bang against the door. Like she's trying to fight to get the door open. What do y'all do?
I'm gonna walk up to the side, and I'll kind of signal as I do it to have Pen go up to the left side, so we kind of box her in. And I'm gonna grab her by the hand. I'm gonna say, "Stop. I can't help you if you don't let me do this."
I need you. Just go ahead and roll me a strength check. No,
I'll see if I.
you got it.
To
You
a
got it.
child, I'm gonna cry.
You got it. You got it. You grab hold of her, and
the child got a dead 20.
and she is like struggling against your grip and going, no, 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 no. And she is like now screaming no. And she's just like trying to jerk away. And Penelope's kind of as you said, box around the other side. And you hear her go, little sister, be calm. This is just to make sure you are fine. And then you see Isabel go, no, no, no. You hurt me. No, 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 no. I want my mommy. I want my daddy. I want my mommy. And begins like violently just shaking back and forth. And you see that she is just violently trying to struggle away.
Yeah, and I'll take like the with her hand. I'll take like just like the tip of the blade, and kind of just a small nick on the hand.
Okay.
Is there any reaction?
You pull out the blade and small nick on the hand. We'll just say it does like 1 damage.
Dies.
it is a child, so but does like 1 damage. And Isabel just winces a bit as blood seeps out. There doesn't seem to be any kind of typical reaction coming from the blood, like with the silver blade. And as she's like violently trying to get out of your grip, now registering you as like as an enemy, like as a bad guy, she is violently trying to get out.
Okay, I think that's enough, Lucian. You've seen what you needed to, right?
But the only possibility that I can test, yeah.
Good.
But that doesn't
I'm gonna-
explain the random blood on her mouth. But
I'm gonna just go over to Isabel. I'm just gonna like kneel down and like really gently take her hand, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her, even though it's only 1 HP.
As you gently try to take her hand, she immediately retracts her hand back and tries to step away from you and going, "No! You hurt me! You hurt Isabel! You hurt me! I don't like you! I don't want to be here! I don't want this! I want to go home! I want to go home! I want to go home!" And as she's saying this over and over and over again, the blood that is the little drops of blood that's coming from her finger, you see it's slowly starting to change. The blood, the normal dark red blood coming out, is starting to change into a more pinkish color. And then it's starting to emit the blood that drips down, the pinkish blood that hits on the floor, start to turn into a pink mist. And you see Isabella just keeps on going, "I want to go home. I want to go home." And the pink mist is starting to grow at the child's feet and starting to engulf the child. And you see she's just rocking back and like violently banging against the door. And all of a sudden, with one good hit, you see a fist gets indented into the door. As you see Penelope just watches this and looks at you, Lucien, and then looks at you, Romeo, before she draws her sword. What do you gotta do?
I'm gonna draw my sword, but I'm gonna be facing Penelope.
Mace, what about you?
He doesn't understand what's going on. Seeing the child turning pink mist is gonna walk up to where right over here where Phil can see him with no weapon drawn, and crouch to her level and ask what is wrong.
While this is happening, does this pink mist like ring any bells to me?
not to be a broken record, but off Hunter's Bane.
Off Hunter's Bane, I'll say roll me intelligence check. While he's doing that, Otis and Akora, y'all currently are watching this whole entire thing. What do y'all do in response to all this?
I'm staying out of it, but just watching because I don't want to get more involved because these people all scare me, and I don't like it here.
Fair. Otis?
Yeah, I've definitely been watching as well. The confusion abound. I don't know that Otis would know too much of like what's happening per se. So I think he's definitely still kind of observing to see what exactly is happening before jumping too much more into trouble.
Okay. Mel, what about you?
Mel is going to get out of her seat.
Mm-hmm.
and go up to the where the child lives. As long as she can get past all the knights.
Okay.
She wants to get down on the child's level.
Hmm.
Isabel, I know that you desire freedom, and we promise to get you that.
You see, Isabel was looking at Mace, about to answer his question, and just kind of steps back, looking at Mace, and like, "You're one of those knights. You're gonna hurt me, just like everyone else." And when Mel shows up and starts talking to Isabel about freedom, you see Isabel looks over at Mel and goes, "I just want to go home."
I know. The only reason they had to check was because there is a dead body on the bus. Bus is the right word.
That's not Isabel's fault.
I understand that's not Isabel's fault.
But
All Isabel wants is freedom.
I want freedom. I want to go home.
Mace will take off his sword and put it on the ground and show her that he ain't going to hurt her.
Mm. Mm. You see, she kind of just looking down and looking at everybody else who still has their weapons drawn. And Isabel just kind of looks down, goes, "Just leave me alone. I'm almost home."
Did any of that ring a bell to me?
Um, Going off of 16, regarding the pink mist, it's very, very peculiar in that regards. For a 16, the only thing you can like connect that to would be sort of similar to what succubus and incubus magic sometimes emit, like their natural pheromone that they like to project at their victims. That'll be the closest thing you can imagine. You can tell it's not exactly the same, but that's the closest thing you can relate it to.
Right. Now, Pen, I'm fairly certain that she is the one who did this. Now, and he'll look at Isabel,
Hmm.
and he'll kneel down.
And she immediately backs away, but kind of just freezes because she sees Pin, and then looks at Romeo, and just kind of looks around. You see that she is terrified of what to do.
I have my sword pointed at Pen.
True, but she still recognizes you as a bad person who lied.
Yep. Oh god.
My thing
Child
is, she
logic.
probably go to Male or Mace that shows that he ain't a threat to her.
And you see Isabel just kind of confused on what she should do.
I'll make you a deal. Isabel, we'll get you home. But there's one condition. Well, two. One. For the remainder of this ride, you will remain next to me.
No.
Yes. Hold on. Two. You're gonna let me speak with your parents when we get back to your home.
Are you gonna hurt them too?
As long as they don't try to hurt me and they aren't bad people.
They aren't bad people. You're bad people.
Only when I have to be.
Hmm.
Soon.
And I'm sorry?
You do realize that the reason she's like this is probably because of what those people did to her.
Yeah. They probably did horrible things. They probably were trying to torture her, took her in, either experimented her or going to execute her, or they knew what she was or going to use her for something else. I don't fucking care.
I'm
But things
just
like that,
curious. I'm curious as to why you find this woman so trustworthy.
I trust her enough. But I don't. And I'd say it's mutual, and I look at Penn. I don't think trust is the right word. It's more of a understanding that at the moment we're not exactly misaligned. I also believe she's going the same place we are.
For
You see, Pen is just still has her sword drawn, but now has the point like kind of buried the sword kind of down into the metal floor, and with her hand on the top of the pommel, and just kind of watching this whole thing unfold, and kind of just moves her head from side to side, going, more or less, I guess you can say, Lucy.
So Cora's gonna get up and go over to the body.
Mm-hmm.
I want to examine like the throat.
Okay. Make me. How? What exactly are you looking for?
I want to try and determine like what kind of thing tore his throat open, like claws, teeth.
Okay. Make me an animal handling check.
Oh god, that's a thing. Oh, there it is.
I'll say during. Great.
Damn.
Duly noted. I'll say during this whole entire thing, you see Isabel just kind of watching this and go, and then looking down before going, no, I want to go home. And then you see she rushes over to Mel and kind of grabs Mel's hand and looks at Mel and goes, I want to go home. I want to go home. I did. And you see she seems to be stuttering and go, this is. And you see she kind of, her head kind of twitches a bit. And you see she seems to be struggling on a word. Going, desire. I desire to go home. And at that word, you see the pink mist that seems to be following after Isabel seems to go over Isabel's body. And you see Isabel just kind of looking around. You see she's gripping hold of Mel's hand like even tighter. And you see that she is pretty scared at this point. And you see Isabel, her whole entire body seems to be covered in this pink mist, as her body the mist covers her whole entire body until she seems to have disappeared into the mist. And Mel, you no longer feel her tiny hand on your hand, as the mist seemed to dissipate and disappear, leaving behind no traces of Isabel.
Well,
And Penn just looks at the situation and goes, what the fuck just happened? And Akora, going back to you, as you're observing the bite and you're trying to point it out, you can tell that it is a bite. It wasn't done by any claws or anything like that. It literally looks like somebody took a chunk out of the person's throat. And as you're examining it more, it wasn't just one bite. It seemed to have been several bites. Like
Are they small?
Yes, they are small, based on 19.
Well, shit. And the culprit just disappeared. So as I'm gonna look around, I don't see the child.
And on that note, that's where we're gonna leave tonight's session.
God damn.
So we got a murderous demon child now.
I literally made that realization as like I was talking in character. Like I
heard
I was
that.
talking about it and I was like, ah, fuck. I was like, it's small. Like running. I was like, ah!